The Baltimore Ravens have suspended Diontae Johnson for 1 game. Yes.
Oh.
Diontae Johnson, they traded from the Carolina Panthers, who he was traded from the Pittsburgh Steelers to the Panthers. Now he's at the Ravens. The Ravens are suspending him for 1 game, conduct detrimental to the team. Now, that statement right there, conduct detrimental to the team, can be utilized in a lot of different fashions. You can use it against somebody for a tweet that they put out. For instance, you can get fined conduct detrimental to the team for a tweet that you put out. That has nothing to do with anything, but it was certainly detrimental to the team if you were looking at it as a detriment to the team. So this is normally utilized as an umbrella over things that they don't think you should be doing if you're a member of the team. In this particular instance, allegedly, he refused to go into the game against the Philadelphia Eagles. So Eric DeCosta announced that Diontae Johnson's suspension stemmed from the wide receiver refusing to enter Sunday's game against the Eagles. Now, I think Harbaugh was asked about it, and he gave a nondescript answer. Now they're suspending him for a game. I wonder if they're just going to release him or how this ends up. Remember, he came in middle of the season for them, AJ. Haven't seen this in a while, the suspend a player because we don't like what you're doing, this public situation, especially on this good of a team, the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, I mean, it's coaches want to set the tone, I think, and let people know, not let things slip through and not let guys get away with stuff that may, on other lesser teams or teams with less wins may not happen. So yeah, I don't know exactly what happened, but why did he refuse to go back in, or why are they saying he did that?
I don't know, D-Butch, have you ever heard of a player doing it? I've never.
Ooh, yeah, I've heard of people doing it, trying to get, if somebody feels disrespect, you're putting him in garbage time.
Yeah.
It wasn't a garbage time situation in this game. This was a game where obviously Lamar had to pass, so you would think it would be opportunities for him to catch the ball. He hasn't really had any production since coming over to Baltimore, so maybe he's just frustrated with his role altogether, but definitely not a good look for him, especially if you're expecting him to go into free agency or something next season.
Yeah, and a team that wanted him, traded for him. This was their move at the deadline or before the deadline to add to their wide receiver room. Why?
What was it? 22 different personnel groups a few weeks back, and then we all assumed, because they had him go in motion. Remember, he wanted a little, first week, he wanted a little eye candy motion down there in the red zone, and then nothing really came of it. You coached, obviously. Yeah. I believe you were there when a player refused to go.
I was there when a player decided to just exit the stadium.
Respectfully.
A little different. Yeah, respectfully.
Well,
but same thing.
Driver waiting for him.
Yeah,
Danny Boy hustle hard.
What up, Cheech? Hey, Danny Boy was ready. Got award season coming up for AB. I'm excited to see how that whole thing goes, obviously, on a generational run. On a generational run on X.
Man, entertaining.
Yep, absolutely. Just the whole thing there. But he just is over the situation, but he's at the game. He's showing up at the meetings. I don't know, at what point do they know that he's not happy? Is it a full-time thing, and how does it get resolved?
Yeah, that's the curious thing, is whether or not he was a big part of the game plan or even a part of the game plan, right? And then he goes into the game, and now you're, mid-second quarter, and you haven't seen the field yet? And then maybe now I'm stewing. I'm walking back and forth, and maybe blows up. I think probably would be more realistic.
You think he was maybe supposed to go in on a couple things, they hold him out instead.
Yeah.
And then as it continues to boil over, you go, you know what, no. Yeah. I'm not doing it. That's potentially what took place?
That's what I would assume, because typically your first 15, people don't realize this, you script your first 15, but you can go off course very quickly. Your first 2 plays go -1 and nothing. Now you're 3rd and 10. That third play is not getting called, and you're completely off script.
And when there was a plan for something, plan changes immediately.
Immediately.
Hey, we hope you figure it out.
Yeah, because they went up 9-0. The Ravens were the ones that jumped out.
Early, it was working.
Yeah.
So maybe
it was.
But same thing. It could, you might think you're going to go to a run on play 3, but you hit 2 big chunks off 1 and 2, right? Now we're rolling. Now we just start.
Hold on, we figured out, because normally the first 15 is trying to figure out what they're going to do to you, right?
Yeah, typically, and what a lot of people do is that's where you get all your different personnel groups. You try and put as many personnel groups.
Get the empty check, all that stuff.
Try and see what the defense and how they're going to match you and do all that stuff.
What's their plan for whenever we do this? Let's find it out as quick as possible.
Yep.
But if you're having success on a couple things, wait, we
just go.
We found it. We don't need to figure out anything else. But because they didn't, maybe that's why Philadelphia was able to get back in.
Yeah.